Hello everyone and welcome to tonight's stream. Tonight we are going to be playing Ace Attorney. It has been a while, so I am currently looking through some things. I don't know where I was again, so I'm looking through the stream to see where I was and see if I can find the point in my brain where I can actually manage to figure out where I was. So I think we should be with the girl. With the one that knows Sherlock Holmes or the Sherlock Holmes? Let's take a look, shall we? I don't know where we were, so let me actually turn that back on. The game's not really cooperating. There we go. Continue. We were in the... Yeah. We are probably halfway there through the entire game. This is episode 4 already. 19th of February, 2:38 p.m. in Briar Road. Yeah, okay. Here we are. It looks as though the police are still here carrying on with their investigation. Yeah, so there was a person murdered here and they do have a suspect and there is a... what do you call it? There is a witness that saw him kill whoever it was that was murdered. The victim, basically. Perfect. So let's find Inspector Gregson as quickly as possible. Yes, and let's see if he'll take a break from his chips to look at that silver tip Iris gave us for him. Let's converse with... Oh yeah, the postcards. I think we're supposed to... There's a 5-shilling piece, isn't it? I believe it's called a crown. Let's call it your detective too, whatever you want. But just a single one. Ours must be the most powerful 10-year-old in the world. How much is 5-shilling, by the way? What's it really worth? Well, it's probably enough to buy all the chips the inspector could possibly eat in a whole month. That's greasy. To Baker Street, we don't have anything else. Let's present this to him. Inspector Gregson, do you have a moment? I'm sorry to say I don't. I'm a very busy man. Much too busy to talk to a pair of foreign gadabouts, that's for sure. You don't have to be so racist about it. We have these for you. A present from Miss Wilson. What? For me? From her ladyship? Her ladyship? Give that here at once. Hand it over, that's for me. Don't wait for me to give it to you, will you? Nope, probably not. What was that coin exactly? It's a silver crown, obviously, but it's also more than that. It's, well, it's an appearance fee, that's what it is. An appearance fee? Oh, I see, you mean... That's right, for the adventures of Sherlock Holmes. Her ladyship always offers me a little financial reward for featuring me, every time. Yeah, because this was the guy that was in the books that she made, and Sherlock Holmes was getting all the credits, but it's him, it's actually him, that's why they hate each other, that's what I can remember. Yeah, of course, I know all about your exploits, Inspector, I read them avidly. Of course, her using my name without my say-so does make me the butt of a lot of unpleasant jokes, but still. I'm very sorry, Inspector, that must be difficult for you. Never you mind that. So, what do you want to know then, eh? Tell the gentleman in black whatever he wants to know. I trust that it won't be a problem. Well, obviously it's not a problem. Go on, fire away what you want to know. Okay, now we're getting somewhere. We'd very much like to know the address of Mrs. Natsume's lodgings. I believe that's the suspect. Yeah. Ah, the little knife-wielding mustache Japanese fellow. He lives in a right hovel. It's just over there, look. On the first floor of that house in the corner. Where that rack of a bicycle popped up. That is nearby indeed. Yeah, it's just like... all you have to do is go over the road. It's like... It's on the other side of the... Yeah. If I remember correctly, the landlord is a Mr. John Gerda. Right, well. Garadep, that's a weird word, but okay. If you see her again, you make sure to give her ladyship my regards. Alright. Well, at least he told us what we wanted to know before he left. Yeah, so then shall we go and see what we can find in Mr. Natsume's lodgings? Definitely. Means we have a new moving piece. Yes, we can go to the lodgings now. "19th February, Mr. Natsume's lodgings." Oh dear. May I help you? Yeah, would this be the residence of Mr. John Garadep? Indeed it would, sir. And who, may I say, is calling? My name is Ryu Naruhodo. I am... Mr. Naruhodo is representing Mr. Soseki Natsume. I believe he takes lodgings here? We would very much like to ask him some questions about the client. Jesus, those cheeks pop up. One moment, please. I shall convey the message to Mr. Garadep. Did you see that, Sato? It was a real-life English maid. I know. As I understand it, anyone of standing in English society employs a number of household staff. But that was the first time I've ever seen one in the flesh. Oh, this guy keeps getting better. It certainly feels like we've arrived now, doesn't it? We need only to meet a butler and the experience will be complete. Well, probably we're gonna meet a butler and probably the butler did it. There's gonna be a butler did it in this game, probably. Probably. Well, I'm not sure I'd go that far, but I understand the sentiment. Thank you for waiting. Mr. Garadep will see you now. This way. Let's examine the room really quick. Why is there a cannon in the middle? That's a full-size cannon. What's it doing in there? Oh my, it's real. I thought it might be a replica. That old thing? Bah, that's a little more than a toy. Sorry? The army was selling it off when I retired, so I decided to give it a new home. Never know when the enemy might attack next. Jolly useful to have a cannon about the house. Why is he stirring the cup with this? I don't want to know. Isn't it overkill? Be prepared, I always say. You never know what this twisted world is going to throw at you next, boy. You think there may be trouble brewing, Mr. Garrett? One can never be too sure. No, always is. Take Joan here. Never fails to have a clean apron in reserve. Dries them over the barrel, you see. They dry very well on that cannon there, Joan tells me. Which rather proves my point, I feel. It's been reduced to a drying rack. No wonder the huge cannon looks like it's hanging its head in shame. Is it hanging its head in shame? He was probably in the army. The uniform looks fairly ancient, doesn't it? It's clearly well looked after, though. That old thing? Not much better than rags, really. Wore that ceremonial garb at my retirement bash, you know. But I'm not one for dwelling on the past. Would have gladly thrown it out, but you know how it is. Anyway, doesn't hurt to have the odd piece of memorabilia lying around, does it? Oh, I see. Perhaps we should leave the past in the past. He's also got a Medal of Honor or something? A Medal of Valor? That looks like a Medal of Honor and showcased on a very grand banner. Yes, it's displayed with some pride, I would say. Well, the paintings are kind of off to all sides. What, that old thing? Sorry? I should be glad to see the back of it, but the general will turn in his grave if I disposed of it. The wall's the best place for it, keeps the belly thing out of my way. So it's just been polished to shine by accident, I suppose? There appears to be an inscription on the metal itself. Look, let me see. It says, "For distinguished participation." Sounds like the kind of honors even I could be in line for. Well, one doesn't like to blow one's own trumpet, but I was given that for my time in the army. Can't measure an officer by the number of medals to his name, of course. Common knowledge in military circles. He's even got his own self-portrait. That portrait of Mr. Garrett is glaring at me, I swear. Have you noticed that the little frames contain photographic prints of Mr. Garrett as well? Yeah, and there seems to be a statue of a lion on the mantelpiece as well. Ah yes, seemed to come back from the local pawnbroker with that little trinket. Seemed to come back? What do you mean? The chap who runs the place is a bally wizard. Went in to sell something and came out with that thing. In point of fact, now think about it. I rather often find myself leaving the place with something I don't need. Yeah, makes sense. Yeah, that's what I have. When I go shopping, I usually come back with everything else except for the thing that I really needed. Because usually it's something that I've never used before, never seen before. The lion ornament clearly does seem surplus to requirements. And then we have a... What was it again? A screen. Okay, must have been put deliberately, surely. Certainly seemed like someone's trying to hide something for view. I'm going to have a very quick look. Just a little peek. I can't do that. Maybe let's not. I think the maid's going to head us off with a cup of tea. Okay. We've been there, done that. There is a window here. This window looks out over Briar Road when the young woman was attacked. Yeah, I can make out the policeman on the far side of the road investigating the crime scene. The glass is rather murky, isn't it? You can see very clearly. Does this thing open at all, I wonder? I shouldn't underestimate the bitterness of a London winter, sir. As soon as you open that window, the tea will freeze in the pots. No Londoner would go opening windows at dusk in the middle of winter, I assure you. It seems very unlikely that these two would have seen anything of the incident then. We'll see about that, shall we? Do we have everything now? We do have a few books, some literature. And then you have a pile of books here, Mr. Garrett. Do you enjoy reading? Have I experienced a London winter, boy? The nights are long. No better way to pass the time than in front of the fire with a jolly good book. Oh, okay. Yeah. There's a copy of Rand's magazine here, I see. No doubt Mr. Garrett enjoys the adventures of Sherlock Holmes too. The great detective has many great followers, it would seem. Okay, do we have everything now? Can I direct my attention to this bitch? Good day to you, John Garrett, up at your service. Pleased to meet you, sir. This is Ryu Naruhodo. He's a defense lawyer. Do excuse me not getting up. Took a shot to the knee a few years back in the Battle of Maiwan, don't you know? Earned a medal for my pains, but had to withdraw from service. Handed over the reins to the up-and-comings. So he's retired. Well, you could... yeah, yes. It's a hell of a job getting up and down stairs now, I can't tell you. Don't get out much, as you can imagine. Yeah, it's quite a climb up to the second floor, isn't it? I was panting at the top of the stairs. That's me. That's me and Rick. Every single piece of stairs we get. You really must take more exercise. Oh, fuck you, Susato. Fuck you. You think so? Well, Mr. Garrett, no doubt you were very courageous to earn yourself a medal. Oh, it was nothing. The medal's just a folder already. Wouldn't like to offend the general, though, so I grudgingly displayed it on the wall. Why don't you fat sit down, Joan? Let these good people see it properly. Dash it all, woman. Be careful. Oh, dear me, I do beg your pardon, sir. You jolly nearly took the skin off my hands. I shall be more careful, sir. She did that on purpose. So anyway, there you have it, living the quiet life now. Yeah, I see. Now then, you want to know about the chap lodging downstairs, is that right? Yes, we would be very grateful if you could answer some questions for us. Only to please, naturally, especially if it helps to keep the peace here in Blighty. We forged an alliance with the Empire of Japan recently, as I'm sure you're aware. So this case is very much in the public eye. Oh, is it? Even had some famous detective poking around, you know, in this old house, would you believe? Mr. Herlock Shops. Could have been, didn't catch the chap's name. Not really my cup of tea, all that detective business. Did you have a copy of Ren's magazine here, so? No. Well, if you do have a copy, so these guys have something to hide. That's the entirety. That's literally this game in its entirety. But yeah, they do have something weird to hide, and I can't tell what it is yet. But we'll see. The chap's investigators the foreigner's room as we speak, so he's in Sasaki-san's room with Susato and with Sasaki. It's a bally nuisance. It is what it is. The whole neighborhood's twitching its curtains now. I don't like all this fuzz. It's jolly unsettling. About Mr. Natsume. Please, do tell us. Ah, the Japanese chap. Only been lodging here for a week. Just 1 week? So he moved in very recently then. I have 2 lodges most of the time. One on the ground floor and one just below us. Which means we are on the 2nd floor. Okay. The 1st floor became available a week ago. Okay. How many cases do you have left? There is 2 games on this. We have... this is chapter 4. We still have chapter 5. Hi, Naomi, by the way. We have chapter 5 still to go. That's the last. So there's 2 stories on this game and there's 5 stories on the other game. But I think I'm gonna take a break for like a couple months. I've already been taking a break within these chapters, but I think I'm gonna take a break after I completed chapter 5. So I can do the Ace Attorney 2 later on, because that's the Ace Attorney Chronicles number 2 or whatever it's called. So, or it's called the Great Ace Attorney 2 Resolve walkthrough. Okay. So 2 for now. If you want to know my opinion, I thought he was a shady I thought he was a shady sort from the moment I set eyes on him. What did he do? Why? He seemed to have a most nervous disposition, always shaking and looking over his shoulder. Naomi, how was your hospital exam? The man had shady written across his sweat-soaked brow, if you ask me. I said to myself, Joan, that man is trouble. Sooner or later he's going to do something untoward. And I'm rarely wrong about anything, basically me. We won't be calling this man as a witness, that's for sure. I had to wait an hour. My gynecologist was swallowed by someone's vagina. What the fuck do you mean? Did he have to go in deep or something? Kirby style. Did he actually tell you that he was busy in somebody else's vulva like that? Was there anything else that struck you as suspicious about the man at all? Yes, indeed there was. And she's dying to tell us. Yep. The shady lodger. No, I don't know. She was just late. Okay. But, are you getting the test results anytime soon? Or what's the plan from here onward? Had you noticed anything else at all about that lodger, Mr. Natsume? Oh my word, yes. The man was shadier than an orchid. It looked normal. Well, isn't... That's a good thing, right? Or doesn't that explain all the positives you're getting, or the bad test results you're getting? But I have to wait for the digging, scraping result. Okay. Okay, so... Yeah, everything right now as it stands, it's leaning towards you have positive results for cancer, right? Well, what... do elaborate. Like Susato's asking me, do elaborate what's going on right now. Because my brain can comprehend something at all times. Streaming and talking isn't good in a game full of dialogue. Well, take the man's room. Absolutely stuffed full of books it is. More than anyone could ever read. And he never so much passes the time of day with another living soul. I haven't seen a single visitor call. He just trots off of that old bookshop every single day and comes back at 5 to light the gas fire. And the funny little man is up long past the time everyone else in the house has gone to bed too. I see. The gentleman on the ground floor goes to bed around 9 at each night. Okay, this is information we actually need. But I've never known a Japanese fellow to retire any earlier than 2 in the morning. Midnight, Jesus. Well, when did the murder take place? I forgot. Could you clarify something, I wonder? What, pray? How do you know so much about Mr. Natsuma's routine? I'd understood that neither of the lodges live on this floor of the house. Is that correct? That's right, yes. They're both below us. On the first floor on street level. Then, how is that you know so much about the lives of your lodgers? The precise times they come back in the evening. Something tells me that the painting that looks like it's glaring toward us is probably... He's got some, like, hallways in the back just to look at everybody else. Together with the maid, probably. Okay, I had to get blood work done, still had an appointment. They didn't call me on time, so I had to go to the gyno. Then after the appointment, they were like, we have a place for you in 1 hour, 45 minutes. Me, my mom, any other person were like, nah, they can come to my home to draw my blood. Okay. So now you are waiting on more test results. And what do those test results entail? What will they give you? Like, is that a certain that they say, okay, you have cancer or not? Or is this just gonna be like, oh, you might have it. We're gonna look at your vulva. Oh, everything looks clean. But we can't be certain. You know, when are we certain here, Naomi? That's my biggest question. The precise times that they have come back in the evening, for example. Even the times they go to bed. Something doesn't add up here. They will say I have tumors again, probably, but never until they cut me open. They're like, well, your blood results are stable. Yes, they always raise the same amount, but why? Okay, so it's just gonna be like they're gonna draw your blood. You're gonna be in panic mode full time. Then you will have inconvenient test results, which basically don't give you anything. Then they're gonna look back at your vulva at the gynecologist's office. They say there's nothing there, but we can't be too certain, so you'll have to draw blood again. Is this like a vicious circle you're in? This is my life right now. Okay. It seems that the incident took place around 5 in the evening. Did you happen to look out of the window at around that time? The window? Yeah, we noticed that over there looks out on Briar Road. The incident took place on the pavement just on the far side of the street. Was there anyone suspicious loitering nearby? 5 o'clock is dinner time at the Garrett Up household. So I'm afraid I don't remember seeing anything. Yeah, I'm very curious. If we're talking about dinner time all across the world, is it like 6 p.m. the dinner time for most of the countries, most of the cultures in the world? I have no idea. I do think that the Spanish and the Latinos overall are probably a little later. You know, people around the equator a little later? I don't know. I don't know. This is my life right now, and probably in a while another MRI. Yeah, I am. I'm due next week, so yeah. Then I'll have to be ass up in an MRI because they're gonna look at my hiney. What's the statement in English anyway? Is that a hiney? I call it a hiney, but I don't know. My ass. To check if there's nothing there for sure. Again, I will be radiant. Yes, sir. You will be radiant like a shiny Pokemon. To check if there's nothing there. Way later. 8 It's no one. Spain, Portugal, Italy. Have you ever been to Spain, Portugal, or Italy, or do you just happen to know people that are there? I don't know myself. Never been in Spain before. I've been in Romania, and we eat like 7 p.m. there. At least that's... You are friend. No, I can't. I don't believe that one bit. You probably just have to lay on your stomach right, not ass up. I don't think it's gonna be ass up. I honestly don't think it's gonna be ass up, but I do think I'm gonna have to be on my stomach. Because, like, literally the fistula is on my ass. And if they want to take photos, it's gonna be from above, probably, right? I certainly hope so. I also certainly hope that I don't have to be in the MRI with my ass. I don't think so, right? No, I'm pretty damn tall. Because, let's take a look at this, shall we? Hi, Josh. I've been. Yeah, if I go into the MRI for my ass specifically, I'll... yeah, this part will be... out of that. Okay. Well. How's Borderlands 4, Josh? I've seen you, working. My head was just a little bit out. Yeah, but you were... So, 181. Yeah, I'm 10 centimeters taller than you are. 9. It says 187 on my ID, but that's been like 2017. In 2 years, I'm due for a new ID. But my head was just... Yeah, I think I'm gonna have to... Hopefully, because I have claustrophobia like crazy. So I'm afraid I don't remember seeing anything. How about you, Joan? No, sir. It would have been dusk outside already at the tower. I thought I was gonna get stuck. Like my arms were pushing against the side. Yeah, you're a little... Okay, this doesn't seem mean. I don't want to seem mean here, but... You're more corpulent than I am. More... thick. Let's just say thick, for the sake of it. And with the fog as well, I should think I would have been quite impossible to see the other side of the road. Oh, I see. Did you notice anything else that's out of the ordinary then? Such as? Look, I didn't say they were gonna have to fucking smash you in there or something. That's what the max weight was. It's like 150 or 200, right? I'm just saying, I'm saying corpulent because that's like a little on the fat side, and not as in just boom. You have to go into a horse MRI if you're too heavy. No, hold on. What the fuck is a horse MRI? Hold on, the horse. Nah, what the hell? Nah, what the fuck is that? What am I looking at? Nah. Oh no. Oh no. What the fuck am I looking at? Poor horsey. How the fuck does that even work? That honestly just looks worse. Now this is just a regular MRI. This is Canon. I didn't know they made that. It seems to be like a normal MRI then, but there are MRIs for like rhinos and yeah. I figured they were, you know, the big animals. If we want to keep them alive and they are in a zoo or something, you might need an MRI or a CAT scan or whatever to be able to make sure how their insides look. And honestly, I have no idea how it would feel like to be a rhino expert or something. You know, like a a wildlife expert, specifically a veterinarian for the big animals or the exotic animals or whatever you want to call them. You know, for example, just a surgeon for specifically giraffes or something. How the fuck would that even work? You know, how do we get that knowledge? I mean, it's like basically somebody has to start first, right? Somebody must be like, hey, I'm gonna have to cut into this brain, then you'll look how it works and everything. But somebody has to do that for the first time. Yeah, I am curious. How do you study for that? Yeah, it's just like, are there complete books? Oh, Dominic's playing Pokemon Violet. Cool. Well, yeah. Was there something then? Well, it's nothing particularly significant, but around that sort of time I need that. For the love of God, Joan, watch what you're doing. What have I done? Do be more careful, woman. Instead of watching you, you should punish him. What are you talking about exactly? Yeah, he is on vacay in the UK, so I'll give him the today. Oh, Josh, actually, I won't be talking in chat because I can be asked pulling my old keyboard out from the back of my desk to type on my old PC. Okay, so Josh is watching me on his old PC. Okay, gotcha. Of course, so. If I may, Mr. Narrow Hollow. I have an exceedingly good memory, and as far as I remember, nothing of any significance took place here. Yeah, she is something. What do you mean, creepy? I know he's visiting the UK. He's on vacay. I'm watching him. Yeah, okay. Oh, you're talking about Josh. Okay, yeah. I was about to say, what the fuck you on about? I know he's on vacay because he told me. You know, it's not like I'm stalking him obsessively. The way you were talking before, it sounded like rather than might have been. Well, as I was saying, it was just a trifling matter, really. Nothing of... Begging your pardon, sir? Nothing happened. Yes, quite. Why is she calling the shots in this household, though? Can he just be like, okay, if you do that one more time, I'll fucking fire you or something? Or is he actually... I don't know. She's blackmailing him. The maid is blackmailing him one way or another. But how? I don't see any wife. So he's probably alone. But how... what type of blackmail does she have on this guy that he needs to shut the fuck up? Sounds like something happened in this room on the evening of the incident. But what? I wish I knew. Mr. Natsume's room. Could you tell us which floor Mr. Natsume's room is on? Certainly. Just below us on the first floor. And Mr. Sholmes is investigating there even as we speak. Yes, told me Nuts his name, had asked me, asked him to look into the matter, so I gave him the key. Well, it makes sense. Would it be alright if we also had a look around? Doesn't really matter now, does it? Who knows if we'll find anything? I don't know. You tell me. Hello, español. ¿Dónde está la biblioteca? ¿Dónde está la biblioteca? Wait, Esther, are you here because you already ate or are you gonna eat still? Is this the girlfriend or the not? What do you mean? There's only one girlfriend. Who's the not girlfriend? There's only one Esther in the Discord. Who are you talking about, Naomi? I already have eaten. Okay. Now multiple... Where are multiple Esthers? Where? Not in my life, at least. Well, yes, there is. Yeah, no, never mind. My former boss was an Esther. Oh, okay, I know 4. Never mind. Just in life. Yeah, yeah, I know. Okay, gotcha. But no, that's the girlfriend one. She's Spanish here. I don't recall this username. Now, what was her original username then? Perhaps you'll be able to tell us more. Well, let's see then. We can move. Hey, that's a Maneki Neko, the cat. The cat on the left is called a Maneki Neko. A Maneki is probably... Neko is cat in Japanese, from the top of my head. A Maneki means waving, so basically just waving cat. Oh, my brain is just... I know how... Shut the fuck up, Naomi. We don't say the H word here. Just look at this place and smell it. It's so musty in here. What does musty mean? What the fuck does what does musty in this case? Is that like... Is that... It's one of my fave Fernie. What Fernie? What are you talking about? Oh, you mean the... Oh, there's a cat down there as well. Oh, Maneki Neko. Yeah, I have two for sale, by the way, if you want them. I think. Yeah, you probably already have it. You're kind of a hoarder on the H game. I don't think I've ever seen so many books in my life. No, me neither. It's so dark in here, too. Yeah, because everything has been boarded up. Is that the window over there? It was the window, I think, yes. Once upon a time. But for some reason, it's been closed up with bricks and mortar. So this is where Mr. Natsume lives. By the way... I haven't spotted Mr. Sholmes anywhere, have you? No, that's true, but according to what Mr. Garrett told us, the great detective should be around here somewhere investigating. Oh, let's examine the shit out of this. Oh, look, it's a beckoning cat. Oh, that's what it means. But what does beckoning mean? I don't remember that for the life of me. I like how Josh is just waving at everybody. He's just very cute towards Esther right now. He's just like... He's just trying to be cute because he can't talk because of his... he doesn't have his fucking keyboard already. So he's just gonna do all emoticons the entirety. For the entire rest of the stream. If he's talking. Because that way you can click. It's a it's a bit big and bulky, isn't it? Just like my dick. Okay, surely Mr. Natsume didn't bring the Maneki Neko all the way from Japan with him. I only think you're in a position to comment. Are you forgetting the enormous Dharma doll that you brought in your luggage? Well, it can be dangerous traveling abroad. It can be a lucky charm. Well, I imagine Mr. Natsume wanted the same. And this cat is sure to beckon good luck to him. I didn't say a word. Why am I such a giveaway? I was drinking, so I didn't say a word either. A pile of literature. This is really what I think how an actual intellectual's room would look like, you know? Just piles of books everywhere. What I dislike, or what, well, not really what I dislike, but basically there is people, unfortunately Esther's parents also come with this generalization, but because of the fact that somebody has a bookshelf, right? And there's all types of books in there, but for some reason, bookshelves to me just look like they just want to be intellectual. You know, we got a bookshelf, we got a book rack, we basically have books to show others, look, we have Mein Kampf on the shelf. You know, we have the bibliography of Michael Jackson on the shelf, all that sort of shit. Esther, what are you laughing about? But basically, that's how it feels. It feels to me like it's a pseudo-intellectual thing. And if you know me, I only have monkeys in the back. I don't think Mein Kampf is a flat. Well, I mean, it's a banned book. So basically, you would have something banned. There's like certain banned Pokemon cards as well, because there's like a Grimer, for example. It's like a piece of slime, which... this is a Pokemon card, by the way. He comes out of the... in the card, he comes out of the... out of the sewer. He lifts up like a sewer lid, and then he looks up... he looks up. Basically, he just looks up to see what's in there, but that... let's just show it, shall we? Grimer band cards. I can just do it like so. This is pretty much easier. Yeah, so basically, he is looking up under this girl's skirt, and this is probably a minor, so they have to change. They had to change that. This is the Japanese one, and they changed it to looking at us, which I think is much worse than just looking up. But okay. But yeah, you have a piece of history there. Honestly, yes, Mein Kampf, of course, it's probably the worst author in the world to read a book from, but it's a banned book. It's nice for a collection to have banned things because they don't make them anymore. So yeah, it's much more valuable. I mean, should you read Mein Kampf? No, obviously not, but that's not the point. From a collector's standpoint, okay, shut up. But yeah, when it comes to these type of books, if they look like this, if it looks like a piece of shit, if it looks like a shithole, I think these people are more intellectual than people who have entire bookshelves. You know, like for example, Esther, her parents have an entire bookshelf, and they probably would have read like 90% of the books there. I have no idea, but it just looks intellectual, and most of the people actually have them there to look intellectual, and that's about it. For me, like I said, the only thing I got is monkeys, and I don't have a bookshelf because my fucking roof is like slanted, so I can't do shit. I can't put up a book rack without them falling out. So yeah, I do have books, not a whole lot, but I do have books. Look at all those books; they're almost stacked to the ceiling. They're all works of English literature. See, an intellectual. They all smell so musty. With this volume of books to hand, you'd never be short of reading material, would you? What a dreamy idea. A bad dream, maybe, for me at least. You want to become a fucking lawyer. Do you have any idea how much books you need to fucking read? How much books you need to fucking know? But bookshelves do look... Yes, they do look good, but also they look intellectual. Gives homey vibes. Is that what it is? Hold on. There we go. Mind you, I don't imagine the book that's at the bottom of the pile now will ever be read again. Yeah, okay. Maybe that's why a bookshelf is better, so you can order them better and you can actually grab one whenever. Unless you have them stacked up until the roof and you're like, it's like 4 meters tall. Yeah, then you're fucked. So reading it is an experience that comes but once in a lifetime, just as the tea ceremony teaches us. I certainly didn't expect the conversation to turn down the path of tea ceremony philosophy. Do we need to talk about the cat? Look at all these balls of paper on the floor. There are notes scrawled all over them. In English. Looks like the waste paper basket is so full they've just fallen out. I can see that. Thank you very much. I think Mr. Natsuma must have been deeply immersed in his research, don't you? Or deeply averse to tidying up his mess. Yeah, either one of the two. I wouldn't like to speculate which is closer to the truth. Yeah, so he was so immersed in his research, but also it could be just he doesn't like to clean up. I know there's a few people who don't like to clean up. They're in his house and they're also part of being my girlfriend. They just throw their clothes like, okay, it's in the way here. Let me put it on the desk chair. It's on the way there. Let me put it back on the bed. It's still in the way there. Okay, just let me put it on the floor then, but it's still on the way there. Yeah, of course it's still in the way. You can call me Dick whatever you want, Esther. Fuck you. Look, okay. I'll be fair here. I vacuum my room for like once in every month or something. I do it more often now. I do it once every week since I am home anyway. But there can be toenails on this floor. I will admit that much. So it's not like my room is any better, but my room is just a dust hole. Yours is just a pile of shit. There's a difference, Esther. There's a difference. There seems to be wedged into a crevasse between the mountains of books on either side. But which came first? The desk or the books? I suppose Mr. Natsume would sit there and read it while stroking his cat. Can we stop? Can we stop? I'm messy but clean. Yeah, that's what we call an geordende goud in Dutch. I don't remember what it's called in English, but yeah. But surrounded by these old Tom surely dreamt of books every night as well. Yeah, he must have done, mustn't he? Oh, what's this? He must have stroked his cat. Stroke da pussy. It's a receipt from a second-hand bookshop. Your books. Your... Mr. Natsume's name is on it. Look, and the date of purchase. Ah, 2 days ago at 4:45 p.m. That's the day of the incident. That's just a short while before he was embroiled in the terrible attack. He must have been on the way back from buying some old books. The second-hand book receipt has been entered into the court records. Cool. I don't want to talk to the cat yet. Okay, do we pause the books there? No. How do I go back? B. Oh, there he is! How convenient! I do wonder, where does he sleep? I don't see any bed. Does he just dive in the books? Let's talk to the cat really quick. That's a big pussy, Jesus. Where the pussy at? Oh my, what an adorable little pussy. Perhaps he's looking after all the books with his master while his master is away. I don't know about that. He disappeared into that pile of books as quick as a flash. It was a tricolor Mickey, wasn't it? Do they even have that sort of cat in Great Britain? Perhaps Mr. Natsume brought that little creature with him from Japan. That's made me feel homesick now. Already? We've only been in the country for 2 days. Where the hell did that dude run off to? What the hell is that? There appears to be some sort of meter on the wall here. It looks very robust. Wonder what it's for. There's a slot for certain coins here too. Ah, I believe that is a gas meter. Gas meter? Yes, it seems there's piped gas in this district, which consumers pay for by putting coins in the meter. Is that how it used to work? Do people know this in chat right now? I don't know if they don't know who's exactly still in chat. But do people know if they like at the point you put coins in the wall? I don't think this is a real thing, right? Put coins in the wall. So if I were to put the coin in the slot, there would be enough gas to use the lights in the gas fire for the whole night. So if you're too poor to have a coin, you'd have to spend the night in dark or freezing cold. That's right. As with a rich man, only carrot crisp, white notes. Ouch. Mr. Sholmes, what the fuck are you doing there? You can also just put a light up, you know? You don't have to sit in the dark. A candle works just fine, as Mr. Sholmes is doing. Aha, there he is. Where did he appear from? Well, basically he was outside of the view, so he seems to be engrossed in the pages of an old book. I hope he won't mind if we disturb him. Hello, Mr. Sholmes! Ah, you too. Good day. Now, let me see. Where was it that we met? Oh, Mr. Sholmes, we want to get on the SS Buria. Yes, of course, the Buria. And let me see what happened on that voyage. It was Kasuma Asogi. He died tragically, but you were a great help to us. Ah, yes, but of course, the case of Mr. Asogi. It was the one with the snake, wasn't it? Oh, you seem to remember something of it, at least. I don't even remember what the speckled band was, to be honest. We had a speckled... was that a snake? Or was that another... It was some type of animal. A snake, okay. It was a snake, okay. I'm glad you still remember, Naomi. I know it was based on the book. Which you read, from the top of my head. Oh, no, my dear madam. Hold your tongue. Like, how does that work? Like, holding your tongue. Like, say, I'm not kidding. I
can still talk, and it's like that Johnny English movie, you know? The Johnny English movie. They just turn confused about you to know.
and then he dies. You look retarded. You are retarded. Damn it. What the fuck am I supposed to... I pride myself on my superior powers of recollection. Your names are safely recorded in my brain attic. Miss Naruhodo. And Mr. Susato. Well... I see you're dating him for quite a while now. I thought you had figured it out. Hey, let her figure it out on her own pace, man. How the fuck is she supposed to know? We've been dating for like almost 3 hours. How the fuck is she supposed to know I'm fucking retired? Retired. Retired. 3 years. Did I say hours? Oops. Try the other way around, Mr. Shums. I lose the first round. Yes, but sometimes I'm still shy. What? Because I'm holding my tongue? You should be glad I'm holding my tongue, because sometimes I speak a little too much. In truth, I had hoped to invite you both to my Baker Street suite the day we arrived in London, but some Scotland Yarders ambushed me at the railway station and whisked me away to a crime scene. It was an entirely trivial case, of course. I solved the matter in no more than 30 minutes. So they are apprehending Suzuki-san in that short of an amount of time? I'm afraid the pursuance of a new case stole my recollection of my past involvements a little. A little? It is a mistake that one's brain attic has elastic walls and can distend to any extent. I do my best to forget useless facts, lest they should be elbow out the useful ones. Yes, those are my own words of inimitable wisdom, you know, from an adventure entitled A Study in Scarlet. Please, there's no need to quote yourself. You know, while we're talking about self-quotes anyway, I have a quote. I said this in 2022. It's been a while, I know. Like, it's been almost 4 years since I've said this quote. Die. I don't always remember my pearls of wisdom, but fortunately my associate penis than beautiful. Oh, pens, okay. He means Iris, I suppose. Mr. Sholmes, we have some extremely important questions to ask you about the trivial case you just mentioned. Goodness, what an earnest expression. My dear madam, I should only be too pleased, and this murky room is an apt place to discuss the murky case. We know this to be the lodgings of a Japanese foreign student by the name of Soseki Natsume. It seems that you assisted in his arrest, Mr. Sholmes, for the stabbing of a young woman outside the Umbrella Road. Natsume, yes, I believe it was a name rather along those lines. But the mister denies it. Was it really justifiable to arrest him on so little? I'm sorry, miss, but I have not the slightest idea what you mean. What? I assure you, I am not merely feigning ignorance. It would appear as if the pair of you are under some misapprehension. How? I assure you, I have no recollection of accusing your stooped comparativity of the crime. But that doesn't make sense. The good detective from Scotland Yard made the following request to me, and I quote verbatim. We need you to ascertain the identity and whereabouts of a man seen fleeing the crime scene. A man seen fleeing. There were a number of books scattered on the pavement at the scene. From the book plates I was quickly able to determine the bookshop from which they had been purchased. On speaking with the proprietor, I was immediately led to this address. Elementary, wouldn't you say? Oh, for fuck's sake, I hate this with a passion. Okay, so basically, I think our current suspect came home from the bookstore, saw what the fuck happened, like the woman died, got stabbed or whatever, got so spooked he dropped his books, then left. That's my best guess here. Don't quote me on it. Yeah, Naomi, you asked me if that's how I should do, or how you should do it. Yes, that's exactly how you should do it. I don't know if you're still watching, but yes. I believe there's a receipt around here somewhere from the establishment in question. So, you don't think Mr. Natsume is the culprit then? That I could not tell you. But it was aggravating my faculties, hence why I returned here. Oh, you're listening. Okay, but yeah, like that. You didn't have to specify the reason. You could also just say, look, I'm taking 2 weeks off. Look, also my condolences. Before I forget, because that's what I usually forget, these type of things. My condolences to you, specifically for, unfortunately, losing your grandmother. So, F's in the chat, I would say. if I was a Twitch streamer, which I'm not, my condolences. I keep forgetting that sometimes it's not my place to say something here, but I already said it. I'm sorry. You already said it yourself in a chat with 50 people, so... this place is such a trove of fascinating books. Well, now it will be eternalized on the Harley Estaken Twitch channel. But thanks, the intentions were good. Yeah, I know you mentioned this outside of stream, but you just put it on the Discord with the others. So, you know, what do you want me to do? Do not be deceived into believing that I am a man of leisure. No, 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 no. Oh dear. Leisure. Leisure? Leisure? I put in a grouping. Yes. Yeah. Yeah, you did. Oh, yeah, that's like 20 people. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Makes sense. Yes. Tell me, have you encountered the landlord of these lodgings? It's fine. Well, there's only like 2 people here. It's only my girlfriend. Josh is probably fapping to my voice right now. Esther is here, probably clapping to my voice right now. Like, never mind that. And you're here, so it will be immortalized on YouTube. But there's like free viewers on average, unless I make it big tonight. You know, get like 200,000 views on this for whatsoever. I'm rapping to your voice. What are you rapping to my voice for? A retired military man. Oh fuck, wrong voice. Freestyle. I know, we had to rhyme, yeah. It was the first time I've ever met a soldier from the Great British Institution, that is the services. And it was the first time I've ever met a mate from the Great British Institution, that is service. How funny, Cesato, how funny! Me right now. I didn't think it was that funny. I do apologize. As you may well be aware, many households in London employ a maid. Yes, I read as much in my Great Britain primer. And so, conversely, whether or not a household employs a maid has come to betoken the social standing of those dwelling therein. Betoken the social standing? Sorry? Put simply, my dear fellow, those who employ at least a single maid are considered middle class. Those who do not are beneath that. In the upper echelons of society, of course, households employ enough staff to constitute a large family. Goodness, how extraordinary. Basically, we have modern slavery. I'm playing Borderlands 4. We know, Josh. We know. We can see that. It's on the Discord. And why is this the first thing you actually type? Because we've seen the hi before, but why is this the first thing you decide to type? As you can appreciate, for those on the precarious boundary between the middle and lower classes, being able to afford just one maid is of the first importance. Okay, so once you earn enough money, the first thing you must do with that money is employ a maid. I will take that into consideration. Esther, we need to take this into consideration. Next time we make enough money, the first thing I'm going to employ is a maid. And I may or may not have an affair with her. As long as she's called Melissa, otherwise I will never have an affair. There's like an inside joke between me and Esther where I just say like, hey, do you know Melissa? She's like, no. Melissa, these balls? Okay. That's not the inside joke. I had no idea. And it is for precisely that reason that I find great simulation in the situation upstairs. Specifically in the retired army veteran. Oh? Affable as he is, the fellow is hiding something. Whether or not he imposes on the circumstances of this case, I'm as yet unable to ascertain. I'm totally lost on what he means to say. Well, basically, he doesn't know if he has something to hide. He does have something to hide, of course, but we don't know, or he doesn't know whether the landlord has something to hide. He's not certain of it. The dinghy room. This room is thoroughly suffocating for the soul, my dear fellow. I assure you, any man whose lot it is to dwell in a place such as this will stab somebody sooner or later. That's not so much step no one. Well, that is our job to figure out, so. But sooner or later, as I said. I don't believe that's the issue here. About this dark little room, Mr. Sholmes. Why is there no longer a window? Do you have any idea? Oh great, he's gonna... No window. Well, I mean, I can clearly see that there's a window of sorts. But it's been completely blocked with bricks. Ah, I see. The answer to that question is quite simple. Window tax. Yeah, what? This, honestly, this is something I can see a communist do. This is really something, and this is something that a communist would do. You want to see outside? Tax. Surely not a tax on windows. Precisely that. Oh my goodness. Until relatively recently, a tax was levied on households in this country by the number of their windows. Those of lesser means have inherited a sizable and costly family home, perhaps rapidly closed the windows up. While the rich opened up their windows there and everywhere, in an effort to curry favor in power by furnishing them with large sums of tax money. Oh, corruption! Great! Forcing people to live in rooms devoid of light. Well, you can still work around it with candles and such, but I don't think it's going to be the cheaper way to just daylight. So some 40 years ago or thereabouts, the window tax was abolished. But its legacy remains, as you can see, in squalid lodgings as these, for example. I suppose Mr. Natsuma's stipend for living here in London isn't very generous, perhaps. It would appear so. I've done a little digging and discovered that these lodgings were offered at an extraordinarily low price. Because the room is off, I should think? Apparently Mr. Natsume only moved in about 1 week ago. Yeah, that's correct. Oh, wrong side. Oopsie. I don't believe the low rent is explained by the shabby nature of the accommodation. Still, that's of little relevance here. A matter not worthy of any further attention. Are you sure? I'm curious now. Well, I believe I've told you all I can, and we didn't really get anywhere. But thank you anyway. Yes, Mr. Naruhodo. Was it not your intention to become a practitioner of law? Will you perhaps be offering your services in this very matter, I wonder? To the occupant of this room, Mr. Natsume, was it? I'm not sure. Not sure. On what grounds? Well, I actually defended someone in courts here only yesterday. Really? Well, then I congratulate you, sir, on an ambition realized, and so promptly, too. The thing is, it's really made me question things. Am I right to believe in my clients, to trust in their innocence? Yes, trust. Mr. Natsume didn't do it, did he? My dear fellow, I haven't the first idea. Oh, but I thought that's why you were here. Didn't you come back to investigate? Ah yes, that was indeed my initial intention. But there are simply too many fascinating books here. I couldn't possibly ignore them. Oh, I see. Nevertheless, there are 2 facts that I can state quite unequivocally. The man who fled the scene of the crime 2 days ago was a Japanese occupant of this room. And there was a witness who swears to having seen the same man commit the crime. That's all I can say. And one more thing. I cannot say with any certainty whether or not it is of relevance to this case, but I'm quite sure that the retired army man who owns this property is hiding something. Well, I could tell by the fact that his mate is constantly pouring tea over his fucking cheeks. Mr. Garandamis... Mr. Sholmes said as much before, actually, didn't he? Yep, and I can clearly tell. Anyway, at present, that is really all that plays on my mind in relation to this case. Mr. Naruhodo, as yet our investigations have uncovered nothing that could help establish Mr. Natsume's innocence. I think I read that sentence wrong. Perhaps it's time we dig a little deeper. Just remember, I cannot be sure whether the landlord's secret will prove to be of relevance or not. But I wish you every success, of course, Mr. Naruhodo. A busy man indeed. He's going back to his book in the corner in the room. Oh well, as long as he's there, I'm fine with it. Let's move, baby. Going back to them. Yeah, let's head back to his room. Because we need to dig a little deeper. Aha, you pair again. Tell me, was it the detective chap, I forget his name, still hard at work down there? Mr. Holmes? Ah yes, rings a vague bell. All the detective business isn't really my thing, I'm afraid. Well, Mr. Holmes is in his element down there. Jolly good show. Another cup of tea, if you please, Joan. For the umpteenth time, woman, will you watch your belly while doing? I shall be serving dinner shortly, sir. Frightfully rude of me, but I am afraid I shall have to ask you to take your leave if you'd be so kind. Oh yes, of course. We are deeply grateful for your assistance. Not at all, not at all. Don't get much chance to talk with young foreigners like yourselves. It's been a pleasure. Best of luck and all that. Perhaps you could see yourselves out? According to Mr. Holmes, Mr. Garrett is hiding something. And since no other avenues of investigation seem open to us at the moment, perhaps we should do some digging. He's there, isn't he? Oh, fuck's sake. Oh, look. What a wonderful collection of cakes lined up on that gleaming silver cake stand. Yeah, there's a nice cake in the back as well. It's not on the stand, but you know what I mean. It looks like more has half demolished them to me, yeah. Afternoon tea is time of indulgence, you know, it's quite the English way. Oh, Josh, afternoon's tea, you know, tea is member's custom to take 2 cakes with his tea. That sounds delightful. Oh, wait a minute. No. There are at least 10 cakes on this cake stand. Well, naturally, and it would never do to waste the leftovers. So whatever Mr. Garrett does need, I say to myself, Joan, you shall have to tidy up. How magnanimous of you. Jesus fucking Christ, there's way too much stuff here. Look at this crockery on display here. It's rather unusual, isn't it? A genuine London dresser, isn't it delightful? Is that a dresser now? Although the shelves seem to be broken, and the crockery is... Oh dear. It's in pieces. Well, it's broken as well. The word crack wouldn't do the chinaware justice. Ah, I wonder. Perhaps the cannon was fired at it. Yes, probably something like that, but let's not delve too deeply here. Well, if the cannon was fired at it, wouldn't there be like a big cannonball hole somewhere? What's he doing over there? Why is he in here in the first place? Bombastic side-eye. We meet again, my dear fellows. Good gracious, when did you sneak in here? Hulk Holmes, sir, at your service. Whatever were you doing by the window? I'm given to watch the evening sky as the sun sets, madam. Yet sadly, cheerful as the room downstairs undoubtedly is, it lacks an aperture for such observation. So I took the liberty of borrowing a small corner of space by the window up here. Oh well. Keeping an eye to one's window at dusk is the prudent thing to London gathering. And one other thing, Mr. Naruto. I thought perhaps you might be in need of a certain great detective's great mind. He's not talking about... Is he? I didn't expect to be going through that again so soon. Oh, we're going to talk about the great deductions. Please don't. There's a mighty secret in this model's room. My eyes see even the most trivial of trifles. Please don't. I take it you're prepared, Mr. Naruto. I think so. There's just time enough for one of my greatly admired great deductions. Let us conclude the matter before dark. Oh, here we go again. Mr. Garrett, though it would seem you are a military man of considerably distinguished service, your standing as a lad lord is most certainly not what one might call first-rate. Hmm? I'm afraid, sir, that it is all too clear to me. There are two conclusions I have been able to draw by careful observation. I'm actually gonna autoplay this. I beg your pardon. The first is that even as we speak, you are concealing the presence of a ferocious beast in your care. Eh? And the second is that as a result of the beast's violent rampage, you must have lost something very dear to you. The old man was broken out in a cold sweat. Unbelievably, it seems Mr. Schultz have been spot on. Well, they are always spot on, but they always lack something. How could you possibly? How could I possibly know, you mean to inquire? The answer couldn't be simpler, sir. For in the dense jungle of logic and reasoning, I am the king of beasts. And I know only too well that wild beasts are not easily tamed. So, shall we begin? Once again, Herlock Sholmes is proud to present his logic and reasoning spectacular. The Great Deduction. The game is afoot. Topic 1. Nature of the beasts. It certainly shouldn't take a great detective to see that a fearsome beast has been on the rampage of these of late within these four walls. Thus we are faced with the question, what form might the beast take? Ah, for men with military breeding, your eyes are uncommonly candid. Your furtive glance, Mr. Garrett, leads us directly to the answer. The true nature of the beast has run rampant here. It is revealed by that lion statue. Yes, though an army man, you appear unimposing at best. A fact that has fueled your admiration for the mighty lion, the king of beasts. What is this pitiful, I ask you? In the end, your admiration became so great, in fact, that you had living and breeding specimen shipped from India, which you tried to conceal in this very house. Wait, he had that? Yet living in with such a wild beast proved more difficult than you imagined. The chilling traces of a wild rampage are still very much in evidence. He had like a burn mark on his other cheek. Yet as we look around, the beast in question fails to present itself. Where could this angry creature have disappeared to? Madam? Those cheeks of hers, Jesus. I pray you do not consider me unchivalrous, but it is plain to me with one glance in your direction. It is? Your dress pocket gives us a handsome clue as to the beast's current whereabouts. For protruding from it is a handbill advertising a circus show. Yes, you sought to dispose of this terrifying lion, Mr. Garrett, at Betty's Circus. A traveling show sojourning in a nearby park. I have observed the tents. You sold the savage lion, sir, to the circus troupe. I most certainly did not. I believe I have made my point. The fearsome beast to which ran amok in this room was an Indian lion. And a simple visit to the circus now will reveal the lion prancing jubilantly through a ring of fire. Okay. It is plainly clear that you still have deep feelings for this formidable beast. Indeed, in that blithe pose, the distress this loss has caused you is veritably intangible. Your head weighs heavy on your shoulders. The pain you feel revealed by that supporting arm. Amid fits of tears, you let beloved beast go. The strain of losing something so dear to you is clearly visible in your visage. Nonsense, man, I simply... But what, we must ask ourselves, is the true cause of this pain? And we need only follow the direction of your gaze to find the answer. Yes, it is the pile of bills that has given rise to the pain of suffer. Every envelope contains another demand for payment. For cartloads of meat, potatoes, wheat and tea. Indeed, feeding your beloved has had a devastating impact on the financial circumstances. And so you had no choice but to let it go. Now, in a final fit of rage, the ferocious beast carried out one last unimaginable attack. The aftermath of which can clearly be seen by observing the carpet over there. A very extensive woolen carpet, if I'm not mistaken. Why are you slapping your cheeks, woman? What could have caused such a destructive outburst? This time, madam, I'm afraid it is you who has inadvertently revealed the truth to me. Your wandering eye has settled upon the answer very neatly indeed. You have to explain that, we only look at the Tower of Cakes, okay. There's no creature more dangerous to deserve than a beast with an unsatiated appetite. Was it or was it not by a certain noblewoman? If they have no bread, let them eat cake. Food is at the heart of all the strategy, in fact. Whatever do you mean? Having tired of the last cake, the beast began to stalk its next prey. I'm sure I need not spell out the nature of this final act of destruction carried out by the beast. There was only one logical conclusion. Oh. Oops. My controller ran out because I didn't do anything. I clicked autoplay. Worked into a frenzy by hunger, the lion attacked and ate the carpet. The teeth marks in the carpet are a perfect match with those of a lion I once saw in India. And that concludes the great deductions. I'm sorry, Mr. Garrett, I'm afraid I didn't notice. My deductions can be startlingly sharp. It stands to reason that your cup ran over. Indeed, my revelations can make people spill tears at times too. I'm fucking tired, man. Mr. Sholmes, sorry to butt in again, but could I make an observation? Why, certainly. What is it again? Well, your deduction just now. Do you really think a lion could have fit inside a room of this size? Indeed, it is the only explanation for the facts. The terrifying truth all too often lies beyond the realms of common sense. Wouldn't it be an idea to consider what lies inside the realms of common sense as well? But if an uncaged lion had run amok in this very room, surely Mr. Garrett Bendis mate would have been hurt, or worse. Ah, that's why he was stuck. No doubt the former military man held his own against the beast using that large cannon. I thought you said the lion saw the lion to the circus. And what about the food? Meat and potatoes are one thing. But I don't believe I've ever heard of a lion that drinks tea. It's English. It's elementary. They're irrespective of race and breeding whenever anyone lands on Great British soil. They are infused with a highly appropriate taste of afternoon tea. Josh, is this true? Oh, what a glorious notion. Well then, Mr. Naruto, it's your turn to shine again. I had a feeling I was going... Yeah, okay, this is the last thing I'm doing. I'm already fucking tired as fuck. I'm sorry, I'm gonna have to cut this one short as well. I've been waiting for my trusty partner introduction to step forward. We don't even know yet or not if this is going to help with Mr. Natsume's case. Still, uncovering the truth is always worthwhile, whatever the motivation. Oh, let's do it, shall we? At least, that's what I want to believe. Let us start again. From the beginning. Oh, Herlock Sholmes' logic and reasoning spectacular. Hold it, Mr. Sholmes. What form might the beast take? Yes, so he is looking at the lion statue, but it's probably not because of the lion specifically. But if you observe Mr. Garrett's reaction, it rather seems as though the beast did indeed run amok in this room. Yes, something with a very fierce nature. A woman, for example. But it couldn't have been a lion transported from India, so what was it then? We must follow Mr. Garrett's gaze. That will lead us to the true answer. Well, let's see then. What's this photograph? It appears to be from Mr. Garrett's wedding. He looks very happy, doesn't he? He does, but I can't make out his bride. Something must have struck the glass directly over the woman's face. Wonder what happened. Probably best not to delve too deeply there. Behind the lion statue on the mantelpiece, almost deliberately hidden from view, is a photograph. Though I have yet to examine in detail, I can assure you that it holds the answer. Because I'm employing an extremely advanced detection technique called jumping to conclusions, you see. What precisely was your intention with that, Mr. Naruhodo? Just following the natural progression of the deduction. Sometimes the truth hurts. Did that hurt? Oh, fuck off. Okay. So we are supposed to inspect it. No amount of cracks could hide a woman's plump form. I think powerful would be kinder than plump, Mr. Naruto. Yes, he certainly looks like there's a lot of horsepower there. Not someone you'd want to upset, that's for sure. Oh look, have you noticed a wedding ring? It's very large, isn't it? It's an unusual design. It's like some sort of embellished sunflower. This must have been when Mr. Garrett was still in the army. Hard to imagine now he's as thin as a rake. How about this then? Oh great, we're gonna do that. Two now, okay. The true nature of the beast that has run rampant is revealed by the newlywed bride. Precisely, Mr. Naruto. No other explanation could possibly fit. Yes, this front pictures your wife, Mr. Garrido. And while we lament that her face is obscured, we can still make out her mighty arms and note the considerable horsepower they must contain. Why are we still talking about horsepower? Come on. Indeed, surely any woman of such powerful constitution would be honored to be described as a beast. Honored might be stretching a point. Too late. The fact remains that the beast which so clearly savaged this room was your wife, Mr. Garrett. The chilling traces of a wild rampage are still very much evident. Yet as we look around, the beast in question fails to present itself. Where could this angry creature have disappeared to, madam? Pray you do not consider me as unchivalrous, but explain to me with one glance from your ass. Mrs. Shum's quite right. There's no sign of Mrs. Garrett. Yeah, but she has the wedding ring because that's actually his wife. Yep, it's his wife. A sunflower design with some rather nice embellishments. And it's on the ring finger of the left hand, which means it's surely a wedding ring. You know. Is a wedding ring actually supposed to be in your left? Is that a thing? That's something to think, Mr. Nero, not to say. Do you know, Mr. Garrett, do I have a photograph of a ring very much like this one? It was a large sunflower design as well. Really, you have a great memory for these things. A large sunflower wedding ring. Okay, let's present wedding ring. Your wedding ring gives us a handsome clue to the current beast's whereabouts. Indeed it does. That flowery band gleaming on your finger gives you away. For it is identical to the one shown on the hand of Mr. Garrett's bride in the photograph print. Well, we are obviously going to find out why she is his maid now instead of his wife. Or maybe both. You're Mr. Garrett's lucky bride. You are Mr. Garrett herself. Well, jolly fine detecting, sir. As you rightly surmised, this is the wife, yes, my Joan. Rather let herself go, you might say. But she was a bally quacker back in the day. It would appear that you don't live in the most comfortable of circumstances. After all, you are a retired army man, yet you are in the business of renting out rooms. I would assume, therefore, you have insufficient means to employ a maid. Would that be correct? It's not right, I tell you. I was the second lieutenant of the 3rd Regiment. A man has his pride, don't you know? Oh, I guess that's why he isn't part of the army. Because he was a lieutenant and they basically just fucked him over and now his wife is also his maid. What does my consider such concerns about... You mean Mr. Garrett had his wife work as his maid? Yep. Precisely. Am I right, Mr. Garrett? Only in company, obviously, but listen here. This must remain a secret. Tip-top secret. Please. You still have deep feelings for this formidable beast. Yes, he does. That's why he's sporting his arm. You're the standing besides her husband. In other words, he hasn't lost his beloved after all, has he? How true! So perhaps that supporting arm that seems to be propping up his head has some other significance then. According to Mr. Sholmes, Mr. Garrett's pain is intangible, of course. What could that pose of his really signify? He got slapped on his cheeks. Look at that bright red mark. Gosh, it's quite something, and clearly made by somebody's hand. What wasn't mine? Has been slapped on the face. Wait, it was his right hand, by the looks of it. Or the left hand. Yeah, the thumb is on the left, so... There's very little number of candidates, let's say. Your head weighs heavy on your shoulders. The pain you feel is because of the slapped cheek. And of course the deliverer of that impressive mark on your cheek that refuses to fade. Was you, Madame Joan Garrett? Well, yes. You have been desperate to hide that slap mark on your cheek, son. How the blazes... How did you work that out, man? Nothing escapes the notice of the trained art and observation, my dear fellow. That's why you haven't looked directly at us even once. Well, also because of the hair. He looks like a fucking Sharpedo. Now, let us proceed to the next conundrum. Why were you subjected to such a violent slap? In other words, we must ask ourselves what causes Mr. Garrett to fly into a rage. And we need only to follow the direction of your gaze to find the answer. Oh, because they can't pay it anymore. Or... for lion fodder? Yeah, but now we've established that the lion could have never existed. Which can only mean that the thing responsible for gumming up all that food was Mr. Garrett's wife. She's a person, not a thing. Yes, well, she's a formidable... Yeah, she's also a person who gave him, yeah, one so hard that it left a perfect hand mark. Yes, why should a woman want to hit her husband with such force, I wonder? I'd love to know the answer to that question. Ah, someone must be reading this book at the moment. It's a bookmark, look. Mr. Garrett's clearly an avid reader. Oh, wait a minute. I don't think this is a bookmark. Oh, no, it isn't. It's a note written in a woman's hand. Oh, James, I love you. Yours, Mary. And looked in the signature area. Lip marks made with lipstick. Yes, correct. What a passionate and romantic gesture. Don't get any ideas, Suzette-san. Oh dear, I'm sorry. So this bookmark is actually a love note then. He's cheating. Yes, it is the love note that has given the rise of pain here. Passionate indeed. Perhaps the sender of this note, a certain Miss Mary, is the fly in the ointment here. Damn. I don't know the Bali woman. You don't know her? That note wasn't written to me. It was just in the book. I don't know how it got there. It was just in there, you say? That's right. No wonder the woman hates him. I'm likely sorry. Now listen here, Joan, old thing. I explained it at the time. I bought the book at a second-hand place, and that book must have been in there. So the previous owner was using the note as a bookmark, you mean? That's right, that's what I've been saying. No wonder she's so fucking pissed. For heaven's sake, woman, look at the name. It's written to James. Oh, yeah. Not likely sorry. You're questioning my name now. And there we have it. Arouse the suspicions of the female heart, and you unleash a beast with a ferocious bite. Now, in a final fit of rage, the ferocious... Yeah, okay. I think that was just the candle. The candle that's laying down there. That started the fire. Yep. She's looking. But there doesn't seem to be any doubt that the state of disarray that this room is a result of a wild temper. No, that's true. So, this is the last part of Mr. Sholmes' deduction that we need to fix. We don't need to follow Mr. Garredup's case. Mrs. Garredup's. And it will tell us the real answer. Alright, let's see what we can see. Oh, that's the last candle then. This looks like a very old candlestick, doesn't it? The base looks too small. Surely it's very unstable. It looks to me like even the slightest knock could make it topple over. Oh, that would be dangerous. Yeah, exactly. Take a closer look at this. Why do we need to take a I can clearly see that there's only two. Where's the third one? It's on the ground, so we've seen it. Yes, to explain the dire state of the carpet, we only need to look at the candlestick. Most illuminating, my dear fellow, and of course, the only possible way out of this logical labyrinth. Yes, the remnants of a ferocious attack in which the carpet was devoured are clearly visible. Indeed they are. The scorch marks at the edge clearly give the truth away. Scorch marks? It would appear that this room was the scene of a little martial altercation. Mrs. Garredup's mighty arm also left an impression not only on her husband's face, but on the entire room. The force of a strike caused a candle to fall from the holder. And in seconds the carpet was alight and the whole corner of the room in flames. For the most ferocious beast, no vegetable but fire. And in this room, that ferocious beast bared its claws and ran amok. Eloquently put, my dear fellow. So you see, there's one conclusion here. After the sparks of marital discord flew, this room was the scene of a fire. Mr. Sholmes, sir. I salute you. Okay. Okay, well, we didn't really learn anything about the murder, did we? It's more like that they are... she thinks he is cheating on him. So... that's probably the only thing we learn here. Is he dead now? What do you mean is dead now? Who would be dead exactly? This dude isn't dead. You can clearly tell. I mean, maybe you're a little behind the stream mast. The raging flames. What happened to Gary? Well, you can see him. Is he still in his chair? There he is. Why did he fall? A drama queen. He's just a drama queen. We've had to hide the mess behind that screen for the time being. You didn't really do a proper thing, did you? Ow. Ah, I see. Whoosh, up in the smoke. Then the wife started hurling things at me. Those are back up against the window on the heavy enemy fire. Incendiary books incoming 10 to the dozen. Worst of it is, I lost my favorite book called The Lion's Pride. Also, there was something... Yeah. It didn't influence my choice in the slightest. Huh. Turned out to be correct once again. Well... Did they though? Did they though? Exactly the same time, yes. We don't really learn anything about the situation of our suspect here. It's just like these two were trying to keep some information for themselves because they don't want to know that they had a scuffle. And of course, I'm sorry this keeps happening, but if I click autoplay, I don't have to. I can just read the text and that's it. But then I don't have to use my controller anymore. So yeah. Yeah, we did get to his bottom. I did say as much from the outset. In order that I'm meant to be adding something. I could not be sure whether his secret would prove to be irrelevant or not. Yeah, this wasn't relevant at all. Yeah, he did say it. Whether it's relevant or not towards the case, he has something to hide, and he had something to hide because, well, basically, so basically this entire scuffle started because she's jealous of him, accidentally, according to him, buying a book and having a love note in it. That's all that this entire... I almost went 2 hours for this. I fucking played this game for about 2 hours. I read about worth 2 hours of dialogue specifically so they can tell me, hey, I think he's cheating on me. Which has nothing to do with the case whatsoever. I will be for saving the game here. Because it's been almost 2 hours and I'm fucking tired. And the neighbors are currently drilling. Because of course they are. People, I want to thank you all so much for watching. It has been a pleasure to be streaming this again. Yes, they are drilling. It's not really the neighbors, it's like the police station nearby, or the former police station nearby where they're drilling, and they'll probably go all night if they wanna. Thank you so much for watching. Upcoming weekend, we will be streaming again. I have no idea what I'll be streaming. I don't know if that one's gonna make it through, though. I do know that it's gonna be the Pokemon Scarlet Violet pseudo only Nuzlocke, according to the thing. If it does happen, people, thank you so much for watching. If you're on YouTube, leave a like, subscribe, comment down below. And I will see you all again next time. Bye-bye.